the tassel stitch. Hi guys, I'm Kristen and welcome to Studio Knit. It's Knitting Lesson Monday, and in honor of graduation season, we are knitting this beautiful tassel stitch pattern. I love how the rows of stockinette stitch are gathered to create the illusion of tassels. This knit stitch would make a really great scarf. Here's a sample in worsted weighted yarn. We begin by casting on our stitches in multiples of 6, and then it's a +1. The tassel stitch pattern is knit in a series of 12 rows. Here's another sample in bulky weight yarn. I began by knitting the 12 rows, and I did so twice. Here's what the back looks like. This is also known as the wrong side of the work. To demonstrate how to knit the 12 rows, I'm switching to green yarn so you can see exactly how it knits up. Oh, and if you enjoy learning vintage knitting patterns, please hit like and comment letting me know you would like to see more knit stitch videos like this. On row 1, we begin with a series of knit 4. So knit 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. And then we're going to purl 2. So purling, we bring our yarn into the front, and we are going to purl 1 and 2. And we continue that series right there between the asterisks, K4, P2, until we get to the end of our row, at which time we have just one last knit 1 stitch to complete. Now on row 2, we begin with 1 purl 1 stitch. So after the purl stitch, we bring our yarn to the back for the 2 knit stitches, knit 1 and knit 2. And now purling 4, purling 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we continue that series of the knit 2, purl 4, all the way to the end of the row. And on rows 3 and 4, we repeat rows 1 and 2. And here's how our first 4 rows are shaping up. Okay, on row 5, we are going to put our needle between the 4th and 5th stitch. So we just put our right hand needle right just in between, and we're going to take our yarn, we're going to wrap it around the needle, and then we just pull the needle through, keeping the yarn there at the tip, and then the yarn stays in the back, and the needle that's carrying the yarn, bring it over, and we knit into that first stitch. Now you'll see the yarn that we carried over, that has created a new stitch. So after knitting the first stitch, you will have 2 stitches on your needle. Next, we're going to purl 2. And this can be a little tight, so be easy on yourself, just take it slowly. Purling 2 right here can be a little tight, right in there, there we go. And then we'll bring our yarn back, and we're going to knit 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Awesome! Okay, now we just continue this series all the way down the row. And you'll see our tassel has been created. Okay, so let's do it one more time. we're going to put our right hand needle in between the 4th and 5th stitches. So we just put the needle right there. We take our yarn and to the back, we wrap it around our needle and we bring it to the front. And now we just take our needle to knit into that first stitch right there. And we're dragging that yarn all the way across those 4 stitches to do so. There we go, knit 1. And here we are, purl 2, those are the 2 purl stitches that I said that can be a little tight. Purl 1 and purl 2, and then we're going to simply knit 3 across. Okay, great. Continue this series making the tops of your tassels until you reach the end of your row. And at the end of row 5 here, we just have one last knit 1 stitch. Very simple. Awesome. Okay, on row 6, we're going to finish this first tassel row up. We're going to begin by purling 1. And now we start the series. You'll see it in between the asterisks. We are purling 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3 right here. And then we're going to knit 2. And here comes our decrease. We're going to purl 2 together. So we bring our yarn to the front as if to purl. Instead of just purling 1 stitch, we want to get that extra yarn stitch into 1 stitch there. So we're going to grab both of those and purl into it, and that's our decrease. Awesome, and then we just continue this series all the way down to the end of our row. And here's how it looks. Really pretty. You'll see that our first row of tassels are completed. And now we're going to do one more row of tassels which line up between the tassels we just created. Rows 7 through 12 have the same knitting techniques, just in a little bit of a different order. So I will have the knitting pattern down in the description below, and you can just finish up those 12 rows using these same knitting techniques. I hope you've enjoyed learning the tassel stitch and are inspired to give it a try yourself. Thank you so much for watching Studio Knit. When you subscribe, you will receive a new knitting lesson every Monday. And make sure to check out my other knit stitch patterns too, like my popular seed stitch and recent raspberry stitch patterns. Bye!